Hello. And welcome to this edition of
The Creative Quarantine.
Born out of necessity
and fueled by imagination. Today we're making papered snowflakes.
Awesome.
Like the ones behind us too.
Awesome. And what do we need to do this?
We need scissors, a pencil, and paper. Even you can also do colored paper.
Awesome. Now that we know what we need,
let's start creating.
Okay, so to get started, we need our paper to be square. And the easiest way to do that is to take one corner and bring it all the way over and make it flush with the other side. And this will become our square. So now we just need to cut this off, and you can either mark it and then cut it with scissors or cut it while it's still folded over. And then put this off to the side for later, because you can make little tiny snowflakes using this. The proper way to fold these so you can start making your own is to take it and go from corner to corner, so you make that triangle again. And now take this corner
and make the two corners connect. It doesn't matter what corner you do.
Exactly. And then after you have this triangle, make these two corners meet. And put a crease in that. Perfect. Okay, so now you open it back up and take this one and bend it right where that crease is. Fold it over like this so you kind of get that little wing sticking out. And now we're going to do the other side the same way. So now you have a double wing. Did you just make a swan? So where this crease is that you have here, you're going to take your two sides and make them meet.
Sorry.
And then fold it over. So you might be slightly off of that original first crease, but that is okay. You're close. We'll practice. So sometimes this part takes a little bit of practice. But once you get this part here, now you're ready to start creating your design for your snowflake. You don't really want to start designing above these 2 points. So if these are going to kind of get in your way, you can kind of fold it over a little bit so you know where this side is, and draw a line across it, and take your scissors. So now you just have this. And sometimes that's a little bit easier in the beginning, so you make sure that all of your design is in your snowflake. So we're going to set these off to the side, because remember, save all your scraps, and you can go back to an earlier video and use these to make paper. All right, so now that we have that, let's slightly adjust yours. That was an excellent job, buddy. All right, so now that we've got both of ours ready, now we can start designing
like this.
So when you open it up, you have something that looks like that. Now this is the fun part. Okay, so think of this like a taco. How it opens up like that. You want to put all of your design on the bottom of the taco side. So we're going to go through, and do you need those cut off for you, buddy?
I can do it.
Okay.
That's how mine looks.
So now, take your pencil.
What's mine? It's not using my
There, you can take that one. I'll take this one. Cheers. Okay. So now, start on that bottom of the taco side. So that would be this side for you, buddy. And just make some designs. So like this one here, I just did a bunch of half circles. Let's see, this one, I think I'll make a tree. So we're going to be using scissors to cut these out. If you want to make a really, really detailed one, you can use an X-Acto knife, but make sure you're careful. So now that I have my design on there,
You start cutting out.
You start cutting out. And I put all mine off to one side this time, so that way you can see it a little bit better. And you want to make sure that you leave spaces here because it has to connect, so when you open it, it all stays together. Okay. So he's having a little bit of trouble with it, so sometimes you might need a little bit of help with it. The one thing you have to watch out with scissors, you just need to be careful of where your scissors overlap because you don't want to cut into your design. And sometimes to get the design you might need to twist or bend your paper, but that's okay. Ooh. And sometimes if you make too detailed of one, sometimes it's a little hard to do with scissors and you have to use a X-Acto knife. And if you do use an X-Acto knife, you may want a mat to cut it on, so that way you don't ruin your table. All right, should we see what we get? Okay, so that's our tree cut out. So now you need to be really careful when you do it, because this one is only being held on by that bottom. But you can already see how it's starting to come apart. All right, so while I cut yours, why don't you open that one up, buddy? Perfect. Thank you for opening that up for me, Mr. Lincoln.
You're welcome.
Oh, you did a pretty detailed one. Sometimes you can have really thick paper and that will make it difficult to do it with scissors easily. And there you go, Mr. Lincoln. Oh, that's awesome. Hold it up. So now this is where it's fun to just start drawing different designs and seeing what you can get. Now I'm going to shade this one in real quick. So while you're designing, all of the areas that are shaded in on this are the areas that are going to stay. So you need to make sure that you're leaving areas on both sides so that way your design will stay. Ooh, what are you going to do?
This time I'm going to draw some stars.
Oh, awesome. So we'll make this one look a little bit like Swiss cheese. And then we'll open it up. Remember to watch out for your fingers.
Of course.
Of course. Because it's always
safety first.
Very good. Should I open this one? So there is our Swiss cheese. I don't think that one's gonna work. We might have to adjust this one.
This is how this one looks. Okay, let me get this thing. This little snowflake. All done. Oh, and as you might know, all snowflakes are different.
Very good, buddy.
This is how this one looks.
Ooh. So this is where it's fun to come up with different designs and see what comes out.
If they don't look pretty good, that's okay.
Yep, you just start over again, huh?
Like mine.
Well, yours would look good. We just can't do it with scissors. It would actually look kind of like a building. Ooh, hold on just a minute.
I'm gonna try this.
Are you gonna try cutting it again? Ooh. Our copy paper is a little bit thinner than our construction paper, so it's a little bit easier to cut apart. Still need some help? Okay, will you unfold this one for me? So I just drew a bunch of lines, and now I'll cut yours.
I'm gonna open it up.
You are an awesome assistant, buddy.
Because I like opening these, and I like making these.
They are fun. And the more detailed they are, the slower you have to open them, so that way you don't rip it.
This is how this looks like a spider web.
It does kind of look like a spider web.
This one kind of looks like a spider web to me.
So if you want, if you go back to our paper making video, you can put the snowflake between parchment paper and use a iron and iron your paper out so it stays flat. While I'm cutting this one out, what else can they do with these?
They can...
If they don't want white ones, what can they do?
They can use color ones like this one.
And if they don't have color paper, what do they do?
They can go to the paper making one.
They could go to the paper making one and make paper, but...
And then they could dye the paper.
They could dye the paper, just like we did with our Easter eggs. But what else could they do?
Oh, color it.
Let's start with one of those while I finish cutting this one out.
What's these?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's a little worny. I'm gonna use. Ooh. There you go. Okay.
And then you could use tape to hang them up, or
Putty.
you use the blue putty. Sometimes you can hide it a little bit better so people don't see the tape. And these work great on the walls or even in the windows. So that way everybody passing the house can see. All right. Let's see what we get.
Oh, I think that this one's gonna kind of look like the sunshine, I bet.
The sunshine, ooh.
I wonder why I even made the sunshine.
There you go. Kind of sticking together.
Ooh, kind of like, I like this one. So this one more looks like a spider web too. That one looks like a spider web too.
Yeah.
Wait, that kind of looks like one of, that kind of looks like that one.
Kind of.
See?
All right, we're going to continue making. We enjoy this as a family. Hopefully you will too. And as always, please share with us on our Facebook page.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year.